brother at times when Gabriel, y'all coming back with these precepts. And yet, another cold cut, of course, honor and glory to up and out, Allah, Yahweh, Bashma, my shot, Bamalak, Yahweh, Shah, to the doctor, the righteous, right, good, the mighty Kapakapanium, that's a quiet, but I had the word, right, that's double honor to the elders of the house of David, laboring and doing in his truth, patiently waiting for the second of our Lord, my shot, Bamalak, Yahweh, Shah, right, giving a strong shalom, right, why Yahweh, Bashma, our shot to all the Akim, right, going out in the highways and byways and hedges, pushing his truth to the four corners of this earth, making our bodies a living sacrifices, right? And doing all the elements, spirits, tumults, rain, sleet, hail, snow, right? Demons, all the things that try to hinder the work and the will of the Most High. God, and for all of the men that's building themselves up, reading, studying, right? To go out on the highways and byways, right? God, definitely bidding you a mighty, mighty shalom as well, right? As well, giving a hearty shalom, right? Why Yahweh Bashmi Ashashamatah. To all the Akwaf in this truth, right? Married, unmarried, honoring the husbands and and raising up their children decently and in order, right? Through the law, statutes, and commandments as well, right? Working as a mighty Proverbs 31 woman, right? A mighty Sirach, the 26 chapter woman, following all other righteous attributes as a Titus, the second chapter woman, man, right? Cleaning, cooking, sewing, submissive, giving alms, giving charity, doing work in the churches and doing work in the households, right, and building up the households and working mightily with our hands, right, through that many offices, right, to all Israel, right, bid you a shalom, right. Also want to give a strong, right, and hearty shalom, right, why Yahbashmi Ashabrak, Washamatham, right, to all the mighty Banim, the mighty children, right, in Israel, right, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, honoring your mother and your father, right, being a light and a pillar, right, in this land of darkness, to all the Mashapak, to all the family far and near, right, bid you a shalom, right, Khan, right, so through the spirit, right, right, we're going to go into a morning meditation series, man, right, a little one, man, right, touching on diverse topics thereof, man, right, and things to wonder and to think and to ponder about, man, right, which is the whole concept of the word. All right, let's go to the book of Psalms. All right, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 63. And I'm gonna start at verse. At verse number 4. It reads, "Thus will I bless thee while I live. I will lift up my hands in thy name," man. Right, so how much more, man? Right, blessing the Most High, man, every day you live. Because every day that you have knowledge of the Most High, man, right, every day that you have knowledge of his beloved Son, Yahweh Shai, man, every day that you have knowledge, right, of the commandments and have the door and opportunity, right, to repent, man. Hey, that's glorious, man. That's a mighty thing to glory in, humbly speaking, man. Right, it reads, "I will bless thee while I live. I will lift up my hands in thy name. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise thee with joyful lips," man. All right, it should be constantly right in man's heart to praise, right, and to give thanks and honor and glory, right, to the Most High God, man. Right, for giving you a family, for giving you households, man. Right, for giving you abilities and avenues to grow in its truth, man. Okay, whether you may know certain brothers or certain sisters in different cities that you can communicate with, man, right, that you can learn with, man, right, right, there's certain schools that you can travel to and to learn and to be built up thereof, different camps to visit, man, okay, right, to even have lives and to have a phone numbers, man, to talk and to meditate and to go into the words of God with, man. All of these things are beautiful. Right, read it on. It reads, "When I remember thee upon my bed and meditate on thee in the night watches," man. Right, meaning what? That the Lord shall always be upon your mind, man. Right? And think about all of the darkness, man. All of the things that you were doing in this world that was contrary unto the Most High, man. Right? And how the Lord has remove you out of those things, man. Right? Let's go to the book of Psalms. All right, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 77, and I'm gonna start at verse number 11. It reads, "I will remember the works of the Lord. Surely I will remember thy wonders of old." Right, so hey, we're also supposed to remember the works of old, man, that the Lord has done, right? How He delivered our people from captivity, man. Right, how He's brought our people from low estate, man. Hey, remember the works, man. Right, that the Lord has done unto you, man. Right, you had many of our people, right, that was on crack, right, that was that gang, man, that was locked up, right, that been shot, that been stabbed, right, that been through God knows what, man. But the Most High, He brought you up, man. Right, He turned your whole life around, man. Right, He's giving you life, right, when you had death upon you, man. Right, read it on. It reads, "Surely I will remember thy wonders of old. I will meditate also of all thy work and talk of thy doings," man. All right. Hey, and meaning what, man? You should be always talking about the doings, right, of the Most High, man. Talk about the prophecies that's coming, man. Hey, speak of, right, the revelations that the Lord is unveiling and pulling back in these last days, man. Right, showing his great deliverance, man. Hey, that he has set up upon for us, man. All right, let's go to the book of Sirach. All right, we diving straight into it, man. All right, Sirach, chapter 14, and verse. I'm gonna start at verse number 19, and it reads, "Every work rotteth and consumeth away, and the worker thereof shall go withal. Blessed is the man that doeth meditate good things in wisdom, and that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding." Man. All right. We're gonna read that again. It reads, "Blessed is that man that meditate good things of wisdom," man. Right? Because all things should be done in wisdom of the Most High, man. Right? The keeping of the law, right? The keeping of the commandments, man. Okay, right. Following after the blueprint foundation that our forefathers have literally, man, laid down, right, as perfect examples thereof, man. All right, it reads, "And there reasoneth of holy things by his understanding. He that considereth her ways in his heart shall also have understanding in her secrets." Man. Right. So if you can consider also the ways, right, of wisdom, man, right, you consider the ways of the Most High by walking perfectly, right, in His law, man. Hey, then wisdom is also going to walk with you, man, to be able to to uncover the layers and to uncover the secrets thereof, man. Right, because these secrets aren't given to all men, man. The understanding of Deuteronomy 28, man, is not given unto all men. The simplicity and milk and basic things and understanding of the scriptures is not given unto all men. Huh? All right, let's go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Right, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 19, and at verse number 18. It reads, "The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of Him, and wisdom obtaineth His love." Man. Right, so the first step, first and foremost, man, right, is the fear, right, of the Most High, man. Right, and that's not going into no so-called uh as men say, man. Right, oh, that's an abusive abusive relationship thereof, man. Right, no, man. Right, every man has a quote unquote, right, healthy fear. Right, brother, it's the fear disappoint your parents, man. Right? Rather, it's a fear of so-called coming in last place, man. Right? Rather, it's a so-called fear of letting yourself down because you know that you can do better or you can execute at a high level, man. Right? The Most High, He's laid before us a judgment, man. Right? And also, as the Lord said in Deuteronomy, right, the 20th chapter, right, 1 on down to 14, man. He's laid many blessings before us, man. Right, that the Lord, He's overthrown kingdoms for us, man. Right, so knowing and understanding the power, right, that the Most High God has, man, right, is wise, right, to move, right, with a righteous fear, right, and meaning to obey the Lord in all things, right, that we can have, right, all of our heart's desires and righteousness, man, right, and have everlasting life, man, right, not to be sick, not to feel pain, man, right, not to go through or to feel all those things as the Lord proclaimed, man, in the book of Revelation. Slugging, right, let's get that. Right, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 21, at verse number 3. Actually, I'll start at verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High, out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with him, like is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and to be their God, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away, man. Right, God, and that's righteous, man. That's beautiful. All right, that's a wonderful, man, and glorious sight and thing to behold, man. All right, right, because the Lord said that in the book of First Corinthians, right, the 15th chapter, man. Right, for death is swallowed up. Right, this First Corinthians chapter 15 and verse. Actually, I'm sorry, at verse number. I'm gonna start at verse number 51. Right, the classic. Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality, man. Right? It meaning what, man? And that we must come out of these vile bodies, right? Because we're subject to payments, man. Right? We're subject to pain. Right? We're subject to demons and spirits, man. Right? We're subject to being overthrown. Right? We're subject to to damn the wiles of the flesh, man. And we're subject into all matters of things thereof, man. Right? But so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, Death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law, man. Right? Right. So when the Lord delivers us, man, right, raises us up, man, right, takes out that stony heart within us, man, right, and puts within us, man, right, that heart of flesh, man, right, that we may serve the Most High, man, right, with love, right, with mirth, right, and be perfect into all things, man, right, not to profane, right, the law, right, or to go against the Most High, because we'll have the law, statutes, and commandments, right, within our inward parts, man. Then we shall be perfect, man. Then we shall now we should no longer feel right our brothers being shot down in the streets, right? Our uncles, right, being down, being down are locked up, man. Right, being unjustly murdered, right, being unjustly oppressed, man. We're having the foot in the boots of our enemies over us, man. Right, because again, man, the Lord did all these things, man, which is why we must fear Him in righteousness and to walk perfectly thereof. Right, so let's go back to that in the book of Sirach. Right, Sirach, chapter 19 and verse number 18. It reads, "The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of Him, and wisdom obtaineth His love. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do the things that please Him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality." Man. All right. Right. So the first step, man, is to be able to receive the knowledge, man. Right, and for the knowledge to sup within you as well, man. Right, followed by what? "And they that do the things that please Him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality," man. Right, and that also cuts so-called Christianity, man. Right, certain doctrines that say, right, that well, it doesn't matter, right? You just gotta have faith, right? Or that the only thing that you need to do is to know the law and know the commandments, right? But you don't have to keep them, right? Or sometimes you can wear fringes thereof, man, right? But for the most part, right, you're having your wisdom and you having your light, man. Hey, these things are off, man, right? Because the Lord said, "They that do the things, man, that please Him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality," man. Right, meaning that of course if you have faith, man, but if you're keeping the law, statutes, commandments, man, right to the slocky, right to the best of your ability, man, that you shall what? You shall receive the kingdom, man. All right. It reads, "The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of His omnipotency," man. Right, and of course, acknowledging that the Most High is all powerful, man. Right, but true wisdom, man, right, is understanding, right, that okay, right, well, the Most High, right, in the book of Judges, right, He sent us into captivity, right, over and over and over again, man. Right, for not keeping the law, man. Right, so then, what should we do, man? Hey, start keeping it, man. All right. Hey, every time, right, it's so-called right tailburn, right, going on in the so-called streets thereof, man. Right, or every time that we move right within, right, the spirit of hatred or in any wise towards our brother, man. Right, hey, we do nothing but die and wax worse, man. Right, then it's mandatory and optimal, man, that we must keep the commandments. Right, therefore that we shall live, man. Right, so the fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and all wisdom is the performance of the law. Right, meaning that what that there is an action, man. Right, it's more than just knowing that we're Israelites, man. Right, it's more than just knowing that the Lord, that He died, right, on the cross for you, man. Right, but that doesn't mean to continue to freak off, man. No, you're supposed to move and you're supposed to perform all things in the law, man. Right, because even quick precept, right, the Lord said in the book of John, right, the 8th chapter, right, He told the woman to do what? To go and to sin no more. All right, let's get that real fast. Right in the book of St. John. All right, I'm getting straight to it. All right, it's the book of St. John, right, chapter 8 and verse number 10. It reads, "When Yahushua had lifted up Himself and saw none but the woman, He said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? She said, No man, Lord. But Yahushua said unto her, neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more, man. Right? Amen. And what, man? Just because of the Most High, he's giving you grace, man. Right? Just because that the Most High may have showed you mercy, right? Due to all men falling short, man. Right? Due to us being right and these foul bodies, right? Through chains of darkness, right? Subject to sin, subject to freak off, right? Subject to to just be attacked by damn Satan, man, right? That doesn't mean it to continue and just say, well, you know what, it is what it is, man. Right? Just take me, man. No, man. It to go and to sit and sin no more, man. It to go and to fight the actual a good fight, man. Right? A Paul, it's like a Paul said what, huh? Right? For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, man. Right? And that doesn't mean that Paul actually prayed 3 times, man. Right? 3, 7, right? 10, right? Are numbers of perfection, right? And emphasis and completion, man, thereof, man. Right? Let's go to the book of 1 Timothy. All right. Let's go to the book of 1 Timothy, man. Right, so we got to move with wisdom, man, right, and integrity and discernment in these last days, man. Right, let's go to the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse. Number 8, and it reads, right, for bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is, and of that which is to come. Right, come, huh? Right, so it reads, for bodily exercise profiteth little, huh? Right, and that's not in a sense, man. Right, that's not saying, well, don't work out, man. All right, that's not saying, hey, don't go towards the gym, right? Exercise, right? To go run, right? To go to the pool, man, right? To do hit, or to make sure that you're taking care of your body, man, right? Because the Most High, man, he's raising up an army, man, right? And within the army, and you can't have right men that's just right, that's just out of shape, man, right? Let me get that real fast in the book of Ezekiel. All right, let me get that in the class. All right, right, it's the book of right, the class, right, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, and verse number 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came unto them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army, man. Right, and as a nation, and we are an exceeding great army, man. Right, because even the Lord said what, huh? Right, that Israel shall be numbered as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered nor measured, huh? Right, so we are an exceeding and great a multitude thereof, huh? Being raised up. Right, and let's also get that in the book of First Chronicles. Right, because also a being right an army, you must be fit and apt for war, man. Right, which is manyfold. Right, let's get this in the book of First Chronicles, chapter 7, and at verse number 10. The sons also of Jediel, Bilhan, and the sons of Bilhan, right, Jeush, and Benjamin, and Ehud, and Canaan, and Zathan, and Tarshish, and Hishahar, all these the sons of Jediel by the heads of their fathers, Mighty men of valor were 17,200 soldiers, fit to go out for war and battle, right? Right. So our forefathers were wise and understanding, right? Wise in the law, right? Wise in the scriptures thereof, man. Right, pertaining to slack it, right? Pertaining to the law, the Torah, the right, and the writings thereof, man. Right, but they also were what? Were fit and able to go out to battle and to war, man. Right, and these things are needed, man. Right, right, because Lord forbid, and Jacob's trouble, right? Lord forbid, and right, in the times to come, man, right, that men aren't able to defend and to protect their households, man. Right, Lord forbid, man, that if men are at camp, right, maybe attacked, right, by demons, man, maybe attacked by you know by men, or strange things, or calamities may befall or arise, man. Right, and you aren't able to protect the brothers, man. Right, men must need to be fit slocky for battle and for war, man. Right, how much more spiritually, man? You aren't fit, right? Right, you don't have the shield, the armor, right? The shards, man, right? The breastplates, right? The sword, man. It proceeding to Ephesians, the sixth chapter, right? 12 on down, man. Right. So it's mighty, right? And a good thing, man, to be fit, right? But how much more, right? The most high, man, that protects you, that covers you, man, right? And shields you from all things. Right. Let's go to the book of Second Maccabees. Right, this book of Second Maccabees. Right, the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 14, and I'm sorry, at verse number 14. It reads, "Then the heathen that had fled out of Judea from Judas came to Nicanor by flocks, thinking to harm and calamities of the Jews to be their warfare, man." Right? And these things, man, are coming to pass, man. Right? Just like in the days of old, man. Right? The heathens, man. Right? The other nations, they look to do harm and to bring forth calamities, man, upon our nation, man. Right? Reading on. It reads, "Now when the Jews heard of Nicanor's coming, and that the heathen were up against them, they cast earth upon their heads, and made supplications to him that had established his people forever, and who always helpeth his portion with manifestation of his presence. So at the commandment of the captain, they removed straight ways from thence, and came near unto them at the town of Gesua, man." Right? Right, come, man. And also it said what, man? Right, that the Lord had sluck it to him that had established his people forever, and who always helpeth his portion with the manifestation of his presence, man. Right? Right, because the Lord has always, right, been there for our people, man. Right? Didn't the Lord drown Pharaoh, man? Right? Didn't the Lord, right, slay, right, thousands, right, of these men, man, for us, man? Right? The Lord, he's great and mighty and powerful in his works and wonders, man. Let me get a quick precept real fast. In the book of Judith. Right? Just to let me back. Right, the book of Judith, chapter 5, right, the classic Judith 5 and verse 17. And it reads, actually, I'm sorry, at verse, at verse 12, man. I mean, just to get into the great works and mightiness, man, of the Most High. It reads, "Then they cried unto their God, And he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues. So the Egyptians cast them out of their sight. And the Most High dried the Red Sea before them and brought them to the Mount Sinai and Childish Barnea and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all them of Eshban, and passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country, and they cast forth before them the Canaanite, and the Therassite, and the Jebusite, right, and the Shittimite, and all the Girgashites, and they that dwelt in that country many days, man. Right? And who did that, man? The Lord, man. Right? Because even though, right, these nations or these men, they may be more or they may be mighty than us, man. Right? The Lord being our strength and being with us, man, and having the angels, man, are able to overthrow and to overcome, man, all of these nations thereof, man. I read it on. It reads, and whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hated iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies, man. Right? And even the heathen, right, knew these things of old, man. Right? Knowing that it doesn't matter, man. Right? If it was 1,000, man. Right? Or 10,000, man. But that what, man? That the Lord, that he will make a way, man. Right? For you to overcome, man. Right? Right? Read about the mighty men of David, man. Right? In the 2 Samuel, man. Right? Those men of old, man, were able to slay and to destroy, man, hundreds of men. Right? Why? Because the Most High was with them, man. A man today is not taking down, right, 100 men by themselves, man. Right? Jacob could barely, man, fight them 2 people alone, man. Right? How much more, right, are men of old, man? Right? So let's go back to that in the book of 2 Maccabees. Right? It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 14, and verse number 17. Now Simon, Judas's brother, had joined battle with Nicanor, but was somewhat discomforted through the sudden silence of his enemies. Nevertheless, Nicanor, hearing the manliness of them that were with Judas and the courageousness that they had to fight for their country, durst not try the matter by durst not try the matter right by the sword, man. Right? Right? Because you have 1,000 of Israelites in order, right, praying, man. Right? But beseeching the Most High, man. Right hand that manliness, man. Right hand that spirit stirred up within you, man. Kind of slucky. Right? That draws, man. That draws that enemies away, man. Right? Or right for the heathen, man. Right? To not even want to even fight thereof, man. Right? Knowing the history that thereof of the Most High. Right? Because the Lord, he's with you, man. Right? And the Lord is going to be that one, that man that fights for you. Right? Let's go to the book of Exodus. The book of Exodus, chapter 14, and verse number 14. Right? It reads, the Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace, man. Right? So the Most High, man, he's the one that fights your wars, man. That fights your battles, man. Okay. Right? That cast down, right, your enemies, man. Right? And in a physical sense and a spiritual sense for you, man. Right? Come on. Right? So the Lord, man, hey, he said that hey, you are going to hold your peace, man. Right? As he fights for you. Right? So a man doesn't need to do 1,000 sit-ups, man. Right? So let's go back to that in the book of First Timothy, man. Right? First Timothy 4 and verse number 8. It reads, "For bodily exercise profiteth but little, but godliness is profitable unto all things," man. Right? Right. So doing 1,000 push-ups a day, man. Right? Doing 1,001 right pull-ups, man. Right? Hey, you damn bench pressing 500 pounds, man. Hey, these things they profit little, man. Right? More than putting your faith and putting your trust and making the Most High God your power, man. Right? Making the Lord your strength, man. Right? And buckler. Right? It reads for what? But godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is and of that which is to come, man. Right? Right, con. Right, and also as we touched on in Sirach, right, the 19th chapter, man. Right? Right, for the performance of the law, man. Right? It's all in true wisdom thereof. Right? Let's go to the book of Sirach. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 27, and verse, Sirach 27, and verse number 11. It reads, "The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, man. But a fool changeth as the moon, man." Right? So a godly man, right, or a man or a woman that are striving to, right, that godliness, man, right, it's always going to be it's always going to be what, man? Always with wisdom, man. Right? Always moving, right, within the commandments, man. Right? Always meditating, always pondering upon, right, the ways of the Lord, man. Right? Always seeking, examining, right? How can I improve, man? Right? How can I better myself, right, with the Most High, man? Right? How can I make sure that my household is being strengthened and being better, man? Right? How can I continue to further, right, my works, right, within the Lord, man? Right? But what? But a fool changeth as the moon. Right? A man that's lacking understanding, man. Right? They're gonna be carried away, right, with what's going on in this world, man. Right? What's the so-called new hotness, man? Right? Right? What's the so-called newest trend, man? Right? And dwell and dive into folly and madness. Right? Which if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding, man. Right? Right. So it's a beautiful, man, and wise and righteous thing, man. Right? To be upon those that have understanding, man. Right? To have discernment, man. Right? To have actual, right, some type of a prudence thereof. Right? Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 43. All right. Sirach, chapter 43. And I'm going to start at verse number 32. It reads, "There are yet hid greater things than these be, for we have seen but a few, but a few of his works, man." Right? I mean, we've only seen a few things, man. Right? The sun, the moon, man. Right? We seen uh the so-called the trees, man. Right? The waters, right? And even as the Most High, man, and He has waters that don't even mingle, man. And man marvels thereof, man. Right? We seen different animals, creatures, man. right? We've only seen a few things, right, that the Lord has made, man, right? How much more that the things that we've read, man, right? Though those those strange beasts, man, newly created, spoken of in Wisdom of Solomon, the 11th chapter, right? That blow a smoke out of their nose, man, right, and shoot lasers out of their eyes, man, right? Hey, brothers, man, they speak of the kingdom, man. Hey, no man has ever seen, right, a city, man, that's just labeled with fine gold, man, right, clear and pure, man, as they're in water, man, right. A no man has seen the innumerable Slakia, cities, man, that the Lord has set up, man. Right, the seven mighty mountains, man. Right, a all of the the heathen, man, a coming before you, man. Right, to build up your kingdoms, to build up your walls thereof, man. Right, and we've only seen a small glimpse thereof, man. But there's things that the Lord has written, right, and things that the Lord has, right, that man doesn't even know of, man, that it's set up for you, man. That man can't even wrap their minds around, right? To even utter or to think about, right? So it reads, there are yet hid greater things than these be, man. Right, so there's even greater things, man, than was written thereof that the Lord has for you. It reads, for we have seen but a few of his works, for the Lord hath made all things, and to the godly hath he given wisdom, man. Right? But so it's beautiful, man. Right, to right, that the Most High, man, right, has given men a wisdom, man. Right, has given men knowledge and understanding thereof, man. Discernment, right, to separate the light from the darkness, man. Right, to separate good from evil, man. Right, to be able to teach the people, man. Right, because again, the wisdom is not just our own, man. Right, but man, for others. Right, let's get that in the book of Sirach. Because the Lord, man, he didn't give you a knowledge and understanding, man. A just for man to just freak off with. Okay, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 24, and at verse 30. It reads, I also came out as a brook from a river, and as a conduit into into a garden, man. Right, and this is talking about wisdom, man. Right, proceeding to the first verse on down, man. Right, because wisdom, it flows as water, man. Right, which strengthens you, right, nourishes you, man, thereof, man. Okay, reading on. It reads, I said, I will water my best garden, and will water abundantly my garden bed. And lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea, man. Right? It's kind of slocking, man. Right? It said what? That my brook became a river, and my river became a sea. Right? The more that you dwell, right? The more that you follow, right, after the Most High, man. Right? With that righteous fear, man. Right? Keeping his commandments thereof, man. Right, keeping yourself holy and clean, man. Right, purifying yourself through praying, right, through fasting, right, through repentance, man. And the Lord, he'll open up wisdom more and more unto you. Right, let me get a quick precept on that too as well. Right, in the book of Ezekiel, the 47th chapter. Right, because it said, my brook became a river, right, and my river became a sea. I will show off the increase, right, that the Most High gives man. Right, Ezekiel 47 and verse number 4. Right, actually, I'm sorry, at verse number 3. And again, the man that had the line in his hand went forth eastward. He measured 1,000 cubits, and he brought me through the waters. The waters were to the ankles. Again, he measured 8,000. and brought me through the waters. The waters were to the knees. Again, he measured 1,000 and brought me through. The waters were to the loins. Afterward, he measured 1,000. And it was a river that I could not pass over, for the waters were risen, waters to swim in, a river that could not be passed over, man. Right? Because it's easy to pass through water, man. Right? That's just extra ankles, man. Right? That you could so-called, wiggle your toes in, man. Okay. Hey, and then things, right, they start to rise, up to, right, the knees thereof, man. Then when the water, starts to get to your loins, it's serious, man. Right? And then when waters, man, get to, um, when waters get to where it has to be swam in, man. Now, it's, you gotta be seasoned in this thing, man. Right? You gotta know what you're doing. Right? Less you'll drown, huh? And that's the same way that wisdom, she dwells with the godly, man. Right? It reads, and lo, my brook became a river. Right? So, hey, man, a brook, right? Maybe a little, a little pond area, you may be able to, swim thereof, man. I'm sorry, to step through, walk through a thereof, man. Right? You may have a understanding of the small things of the scriptures, man. And then the Lord, he continues to dwell with you, man. Right? Because right, because as the Lord said in the book of Job, man, he also giveth us, right, double to that, right, then which are slacking, then which are in iniquity deserve it. Slacking. Right? And then my river became a sea, man. Right? The more you increase, man, that small understanding that the Lord gives you, man, it becomes vast. Right? It becomes glorious, man. Right? Going from a brook, right, which is small understanding, man, right, to a river, right, down slocking, right, to a river, right, down to a sea, man, right, which are deep waters. Right now you understand the prophecy. Right now you understand a dark parables, right, and dark sayings, man. Right now you're understanding dark and secret hidden wisdom and treasures, man. Right, because even right within right, a brook, a sea, right, it's like a brook, a river, you kind of to see, right, the bottom thereof, man. Right, but then once you get into, right, the sea, man, right, you look down, man, you can't really see the bottom, man. It's dark, right? It's dark sands, it's dark parables, man. Right, it's hidden mysteries and hidden treasures that the Lord is only going to give to the godly. Right, so read it on. It reads in verse 32, I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off. I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy, and leave it to all ages forever. Behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom. Right? Right? Right. So all the wisdom, man, that man gathers up, right, through studying, man, right, through walking, right, with the Most High, man, long hours, right, cleaving unto him and walking in his light, in his path, right, is not just for yourself and for you to boast of your works thereof, man, but for all those that seek wisdom, man, but for all those that seek knowledge, right? That way, as our Lord and as our King did, man, right, that we can heal the sick, man, right? We can cleanse the lepers thereof, man, right? Because our people have been sick and drunk, right, through philosophy, through lies, man. Okay, right, spiritually and physically, man. But this water, which is life, it gives healing thereof, man. Right, and nourishment and purifies, right, right. Come, right. So let's go back to the in the book of First Timothy. All right. Go back to that in the book of 1 Timothy. All right, finish this off. All right, let's go back to that in the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4. It's like the 2nd Timothy. 1 Timothy, chapter 4, and verse number 8. It reads, "For bodily exercises profit little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of life that now is, and of that which is to come. This is a faithful saying, and worthy of all exception. For therefore we both labor and suffer reproach, because we trust in the living God." Right? Hey, and that's also a beautiful thing, huh? Right? Because the kingdom isn't going to be just handed to you, man. And you must labor. You must work thereof, man. Right? It reads, "We both labor and suffer reproach because we trust in the living God," man. Right? Hey, and what, man? And the Lord said, man, hey, not to hate labor's work, man. Right? Let's get that in the book of Sirach. Sirach, chapter 5. Sirach, chapter 7, and verse number 15. It reads, "Hate not labor's work, neither husbandry, which the Most High ordained," man. Right, so the Most High, he ordained, man, right, for you to labor, right, for you to work thereof, man. Right, and when you get into the scriptures, man, right, the whole in-depthness of the scriptures, and when you understand it, the Most High, man, the Bible is about, man, husbandry and laboring, man. Right, when you read the book of Matthew, man, the 20th chapter, what? Right, the Lord, he calls you to work in the vineyard, man. Right? Right. When you read the book of Isaiah, the 5th chapter, man, right? Right, the Lord literally, man, literally compares, man, right, it's like compares Israel, man, right? It's like as a vineyard thereof. Right? Let's get that in the book of Isaiah, the 5th chapter. Right, and I'm gonna read verse 7, right, just to get straight to the point. Isaiah chapter 5 and verse number 7 reads, "For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold a crime," man. Right? Right, calm, man. Right, and even slacking, right, and even the Lord, right, and slacking in his purpose, man, right, he personified, right, slacking, he personified, right, the world, man, right, as a field, man. Right, Song of Solomon, right, the Lord, he personified, right, the elect, right, to the tender grapes upon the vine, man. Right, so and definitely, man, and even Yahushua upon the resurrection, he was glorified as what, man? A gardener, right? Right. So if you hate, right, so if you hate a labor, man, right, if you hate going and performing husbandry, man, right, then in a sense, man, hey, you hate the works, right, that the Lord does, man, right, because all of this is husbandry and labor, right, a reading, man, a studying, right, you're tilling the ground, man, you're planting new seeds, man, right, you're breaking up, you're killing off the old, man, right, you're taking away all things, right, that can corrupt the plants and trees thereof, right, pursuant to Song of Solomon, the 5th chapter, the 7th verse, right? You're taking off that old veil, man, right, and giving your people a new garment, man, right, which is the old understanding, man, that corrupt, moldy, a mildew, right, fruit that was growing thereof. You're taking all that away, right, tilling the ground, right? Breaking it up, watering it, planting new seeds, man, right? That the Most High may grow and increase within you, man. Hey, I'm gonna read that again. Right, to hate not labor's work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained. Right, so the Most High he ordains you to work. The Lord he ordains you to labor, in righteousness thereof. Right. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. All right, so we gotta labor. Right, it's plain. The book of Proverbs, chapter 10. Proverbs, chapter 10, and verse number 15. It reads, the rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of the righteous lendeth to life. It's like it tendeth to life. The fruit of the wicked, right, to sin, man. Right? Right, come on, man. Right, so the labor of the righteous, man, that is what's going to tend unto life. Right? Because all things, man, of this world is vanity, man. Right? The Lord tells you, right, through the hand of Paul in 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter, 24 on down, man, that we what, man? That we run a race for a incorruptible crown, man. Whereas many men they run a race right for a corruptible one, man. Right? I mean, men they so-called train all their life to win the gold medal, right, at the Olympics, man. Right? Men they so-called work to win a so-called damn WWE championship, man. Right? Men they labor, man, to do all these things that's just going to be destroyed, man. Right? That's you're winning all these NBA titles, man. Right? You're training to win a Super Bowl, man. Right? When men die and when men give up the ghost, man. Right? Hey, no one is going to even think about you in 40 years, man. 30 years, man. Right? 20 years, man. Right? I mean, if you ask any man who was the damn Super Bowl MVP, right, 25 years ago, man, hey, nobody would know. Nor give a damn, man. Right? Right? Who was the starting offensive tackle that won and that won in the 1978? Right? Who who was the so-called sixth man of the year, man, that damn helped or that won the championship, right, in the finals in 1983, man. Nobody knows. Nobody gives a damn, man. All these things that corrupt, they fade away. All these old records, man, they burn up, right? You get surpassed, man. Right? Hey, these things are corruptible, man. But the glory of the Most High, man, having immortality, man, right? Being in the kingdom, man, right? Being part of the hopeful elect. Hey, these things are incorruptible, man, and they live forever, right? So let's go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Let's go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, and verse. I'm sorry, at verse number 6. And if prudence work, who of all that are is more cunning? Slack is a more cunning workman than she. If a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues. For she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as for men can have nothing more profitable in their life, man. Right? And wisdom, hey, it teaches you these things, man. Right? To be prudent in matters, man. Okay. Right? It's to foresee damn evil and calamities and wickedness that may befall man, man. Okay. Right? To give you temperance, man. right? And patience thereof, man, and even justice thereof, man, right? That what? That can't slack it. As men can have nothing more profitable in their life, man. Right? Because the Lord, he commands us to be judges, man. Right? Then the Lord tell us, man, right, in the book of Psalms, right, the 82nd chapter, and to arise, O God, and to judge the earth, man. Right? Isn't this a law given unto us, man, to execute justice and justice, man, and to set all things in righteousness and in order thereof, man? Right? Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 40, and verse 18. Right? And all of these, man, are the attributes, right, of a godly man and woman. Right? Sirach, chapter 40, and verse number 17. Bountifulness is as a most fruitful garden, and mercifulness endureth forever. To labor and to be content with that a man hath is a sweet life. But he that findeth a treasure is above, it's like it is above them both, man. Right, Con, man. Right, and this wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the truth, man, right, is a great treasure, man. And the Lord has even greater treasures, man, right, stored up for them that trust, believe in him, man, and that follow, right, after his commandments, man. That follow after the ways of righteousness, man. Right? That follow right after virtue, right? And have prudence thereof, man. Right? Reads to labor and to be content with that a man hath is a sweet life, man. I mean, cause hey, brothers say all the time, man. I could be doing God knows what, man, in the world. But what, man? But labor, man, in the truth, man, is something to be content with, man. Right? Because the Lord, he has even greater things, man, in store thereof for you. Right? Let's get that in the book of Sirach, chapter 51, and verse. Come on, Sirach, chapter 51, and verse number 26. It reads, "Put your neck under the yoke, and let your soul receive instruction. She is hard at hand to find. Behold with their eyes how that I have sluck it, that I had, but sluck it. Behold with your eyes how that I have had but little labor, and have gotten unto me much rest, man. Get learning with a great sum of money, and get much gold by her, man." Right, God. Right, so the Lord said what? That I have had but little labor, man. Right? Hey, just studying, man. Right? Take care of your family. Take care of your households, man. Right? And doing all the things, right, for this true sake, man. The Lord said what? That is but a little labor, man. Right? The Lord told you in St. Matthew 11:26 on down, man. Right? To come, all of you, man, that are heavy laden, man. Right, for the yoke of your house is light. Paraphrasing greatly, man. Right, so the so-called things, right, that man may be dealing with or battling now, man, it's only light. It's only a small bit of labor. It reads, but what? And have gotten unto me much rest, man. Right? The Lord, he has much rest, a store for you inside the kingdom, man. Right? And also, right, twofold, man. Right? You also find so-called rest, right, from the so-called cares of this world, man. Right? All of the stresses, the anxieties, man. Right? Those things could be relieved, man. Right? Within the Most High, man. Right? Come. Right? So let's go back to that. Right, in the book of First Timothy, close out. Right, the book of First Timothy, First Timothy chapter 4. All right. First Timothy chapter 4 and verse number 10. For therefore we both labor and suffer reproach, because we trust in the living God, who is the Savior of all men, especially of those that believe. These things command and teach. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity, man. Right, and also, right, charity is also extremely important. Right, Slockin. I'm get one quick precept real fast, Slock. One quick precept. Let's go to the book. First Peter chapter 4 and verse number 7. It reads, but the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and a watch unto prayer. Above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover a multitude of sins, man. Right, come. Right, so the Lord said, hey, above all things, man, to have fervent charity, man. Right, and again, a charity shouldn't be done with strife. Right, charity shouldn't be done because someone is forcing you to, man. Right, a charity, it's like a charity should be given right with peace. Right, a of a good and free will as well, man. Right, and even as the Most High has given you the abilities and talent to, man. Right, a man should give a charity with fasting and praying as well, man. Right, as the Lord also said in the book of Tobit. Let me get that real fast. Right, let's go to the book of Tobit real fast. Right, right, it's the book of Tobit, chapter 12 and verse number 8. It reads, prayer is good with fasting and alms and righteousness. A little righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness. It is better to give alms than to lay up gold, for alms doeth deliver from death, and shall purge away all sin. Those that exercise alms and righteousness shall be filled with life, man. Right, calm, man. Right, because it's a righteous thing, man, to give right all that you have, man. Not to be selfish, man. Right, not to hold all your so-called goods right unto yourself, man. Right, but you don't give nothing away, man. Right, but it's righteous, man, to give alms, man, and charity. Right, physically and spiritually, man. Right, again, a men sacrifice their time, man. Right, take away time from their families, right, from the households, right, sacrifice right times that you can give unto yourself for leisure, man. Right, but to be cheerful and to be more giving, right, back unto the church, man. Right, giving unto your people and giving unto your nation, man. So it's more, right, it's like, right, so it's more a profitable, man, right, to give that fervent charity, man, right, because as the Lord said, man, right, that covers a multitude of sins, man, and also even as in the book of Tobit, right, magnifies and enhances your prayers thereof as well. Right, so First Timothy, right, 4 and verse in verse number 13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery, man. Right, because every man, right, has a gift thereof, man. Right, let's get that real fast. Right, in the book of 2 Timothy 1 and 6, it reads, wherefore I put thee in remembrance, that thou stir up the gift of God which in thee by the putting on of my hands, man. Right, come. Right, so every man, right, has a gift, right, or has a talent within you, right? Whether it's the gift of tongues, right? Whether it's the gift of treasure, of a charity, right? Because the Most High has, may have blessed you, right, to live a bountiful lifestyle, man, right? A rather it's the gift of prophecy, right? To be able to understand, right, the scriptures, man, right? A rather it's a mastery, right, of the the law thereof, man, right? Rather the Most has given you the gift, right, to be able to be an apostle, right? You're set up to have the funds to be able to travel, right, to go to and fro and to spread the gospel, right? Even as an evangelist, man, right? You may have that talent and gift, man, to be able to speak to people, right? To boom, to give them flyers, man, to bring them to the prophets, man, and teachers that thereof, man. Every man, right, has a gift within you, man. But the Lord commands you to stir that gift whatsoever that is up in you, inside you, man, right? And to not hide that, and not to hide that talent under a napkin or under a rock, right? That when the Lord comes, right, to collect, right, usury upon it, man, right, that you have nothing to show for it, man, right? Right, the Lord has given you these talents and these gifts, man, but you just hiding it, right, in your savings account, right? No, do something with it, right? Flip it, magnify it, man, right, and put a multiplier upon it, man. Right, come, right. So First Timothy, right, 4, right, and 15, it reads, "Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee." Man. Right, come, man. So these are things, man, right, to continue to meditate upon, man, right, to meditate on all the righteous works of the Most High, man. To continue to be think upon, man, all the things that the Most High, right, has set up for you, man. Meditate upon the talents and the gifts that the Most High has given you, and are you maximizing, using these things unto the best of your ability? Okay, or right, are you just letting these things, man, just wax and decay thereof, man? All right. So with that, brother Tazman Gabar coming back at you precepts. And yep, another cold cut, giving of course all and the glory to Yahweh by showing my shot. I'm like I was shot, Tazadaka the righteous, right? Apparatus, our Lord willing. This lesson was extremely edifying. And until the next time, I want to say, Shalom. Come Yasha.